Hello YouTube, it's Lady Vet here for the recap of Power Book 4, Force, Season 2, Episode 4. This episode brings us back to where we left off. That would be Jannard doing the most to be as high as he can. So Jannard was moving without sleep, paranoid, and hallucinating about strangling Lil K. We already know that he is running out of things to pay the serves with, and his time is running out with Miguel. So many reasons for poor Jannard to scream out in fear. Clearly, Jannard can take a few lessons from Tommy. DeFranco met with his team about the death of Lil K and how to keep up with Tommy. DeFranco told his team that they have no suspects or witnesses now that Lil K is dead because he was their prime suspect. DeFranco wanted a separate surveillance team on Tommy, knowing his every move, and another group on the streets taking down the CBI mid-level drug dealers, wolves as he would put it. Tommy met Maria for their first date to teach her how to drive. Maria asked about the Mustang, but Tommy told her it was a long story. Then she tried to avoid Tommy getting the door for her, but Tommy noticed how she moved. To be honest, I think they're a good-looking couple. But there is something about Tommy and his ladies that doesn't end well. Will Maria be the first to survive? Walter and Paulie were together for Paulie to hear Walter's frustrations about being pressed by Dublin. Paulie told Walter to let him try to get him some more time, but Walter made it clear to Paulie that he stands on his own 2 feet, not his knees, and that he paid what he owes. Walter was adamant about Paulie not saying anything about him to Dublin. Walter's plan was to handle Dublin his way without asking for their permission. Leon's mom, Gianna, came to the barbershop looking for Diamond. Diamond used his government name David as he introduced himself. She wanted to know if Diamond was serious about teaching Leon how to box. Diamond told her that he was serious and gave her the address to drop Leon off for his lessons. Then Diamond's colleague noticed that he gave up his government name because of his physical attraction to Gianna, and he expressed understanding. The feds had Tommy under surveillance while giving Maria driving lessons. The feds thought that they could catch Tommy slipping because he was so focused on Maria. After a few bumps on the road, Maria was frustrated and wanted to quit, but Tommy calmed her down. After that, Maria was shifting gears and speeding away from their test site. Tommy told her that it's about the details, and after encouraging her, Maria took it to the streets, passing by the feds and rushing past a moving train. Tommy told her that she could slow down if she wanted to, but she didn't, so much that they left the feds behind. Maria made it across the tracks seconds before the rails were down. With his back against the wall, Jannard was pressed to make his product last. Jannard was still getting high, lying about not seeing Lil K, and seriously stepping on his product. Jannard was so desperate, he got the baby powder out. Also, he was still pressed to build his team. Jannard wanted everyone on his team to lock in. During all the stepping on the product and the line, the Serb sent Jannard a message that it's payment day. Tommy and Maria are still enjoying their date, now at the zoo. During conversations, Tommy notices a tattoo on a Rojas crew member who seemed to be following him. So Tommy led him to the restroom. Tommy tried to reason with the man and told him to check with Rojas about their deal before he got himself hurt. Well, the guy did not listen and blasted Tommy about taking food off his table. The conversation, of course, went left. Tommy took the man's knife and gutted him like a fish. Tommy did his best to clean up the mess after killing the man. Then he ran out and told Maria that he got a call about his nephew and wanted to go check on him. Maria wanted to go with Tommy, but he said no and wanted to continue their date later. She told Tommy that she understood and agreed to see him later. Marshall and D-Mac met at the basketball court, but did not spend much time playing basketball because of girls and guns. D-Mac shared frustration about being in the house, and Marshall told him that he had to keep it a buck with him and that he was glad that D-Mac was in the house, that it was safer for him. D-Mac told him that he would not get caught short again and showed his peace to Marshall. Their conversation immediately changed when they saw a group of girls passing by. When Marshall stopped them, D-Mac recognized Genesis, then told Marshall that Tommy had to let him back into CBI because Genesis would not mess with broke guys. The Flynn siblings are at it again. Victor wanted to know what Claudia wanted with him now. Claude told him about her deal that would get them away from Walter. Vic asked her, will she ever learn? She asked Vic if being a house cat has benefits. She then told Vic that she could get all the pills that she could unload. She wanted Vic to help her with distribution, but he expressed already being burned by Claudia before and doesn't want to work with her now. Claude got Victor's attention by telling him that Walter has been playing him for a fool. If he didn't believe her, stop by Gloria's bar and see what Daddy was doing. Seamus came to the barbershop threatening Diamond about ignoring him. Diamond told Seamus that their business is over, but Seamus said that he would tell Diamond when their business is over. Tommy sees the two through the window and wonders what's going on. Seamus threatened Diamond that as a cop, he could get him for violating his parole. He wanted $50,000 tonight. During Diamond's frustration, Tommy came in asking, why was the cop there? Was he asking Diamond about a body? A confused Diamond lied to Tommy about why Seamus was there, then asked Tommy, what about a body? Tommy told Diamond about his recent kill and that it was Rojas's guy. Diamond vowed to handle the situation with Rojas. Tommy told Diamond to watch his back. After listening to Claude, Victor headed over to Gloria's place. To Vic's surprise, Walter made several changes, and Gloria's picture was removed from the wall. Victor was so furious, he asked who was in charge and who removed Gloria's picture. Victor lost it and fought the photographer, who told him that he'd better leave before he called the cops. D-Mac ran into Uncle Tommy eating ice cream at the house after he learned that CBI put Marshall on and he wanted to know what's up. D-Mac told Tommy that he wanted his own everything. He wanted real money. He wanted his old life back. D-Mac felt that he should have been put on before Marshall. He told Tommy that he was wasting his talents. Tommy reminded D-Mac about getting shot and almost dying twice. He wanted D-Mac to explore other opportunities, be smart. D-Mac said no. If CBI won't plug him, he will go to treason. Tommy lost his taste for ice cream, put it on the counter, and promised D-Mac what would happen if he heard about him in the streets. Tommy warned D-Mac not to test him. Lieutenant DeFranco and his team raided the CBI mid-level drug dealer's block. Tommy stopped in his tracks as he approached the corner to witness the raid. DeFranco created an arresting mess. To get someone to talk, he took the wolves off the street. So Paulie met up with Brendan to offer a payment and request an ask on behalf of Walter and against Walter's wishes. Paulie tried to take one for the team by telling Brendan that Walter would not ask, but he needs more time to pay Dublin. Brendan told Paulie that Walter's financial situation is not on him. Walter is responsible for Chicago, and they have an expectation. Paulie was making an ask because Walter hasn't given up on him. Brendan respects Paulie and the fact that he came to him and will consider the ask. The surveillance team brought in information that identified Tommy's date as Miguel's sister Maria. Stacy seemed so happy. She said it looks like Tommy made his first mistake. Then they were interrupted with additional information from a previous incident. So they met with Alicia to hear what she had to say. Alicia identified Colin, but wanted to walk. For that, she said she would agree to anything they wanted. Stacy agreed to let Alicia and her boyfriend walk if she made certain identifications. D-Mac spotted Genesis and asked her out to a movie. Her girl interjected and told her that D-Mac dropped out of her class and that he's a loser. Genesis reminded D-Mac that he ghosted her in the past, but he explained that he was young then. Now it's different, but she told D-Mac that she didn't like dreads. She wanted him to get a fade for her to go out with him. Diamond had Leon in the gym to work on boxing. Diamond taught Leon to bounce on his toes and how to jab. Leon asked Diamond what got him into boxing, and Diamond told him a story about his father and how he fell in love with the science of boxing and how it helped him to read people through nonverbal clues. Claudia and Mirkovich met for Claude to ask Mirkovich about a deal and a tell-all. Mirkovich told Claude that the Flynns are out, and everyone knows that except her. She told him that the Flynns are good, but he should check out the lie about CBI separating. Claude told him that Diamond and Jannard are working together, along with Tommy, and that they have taken over the prison system. Mirkovich said that he will never work with Walter. Claude told him that he will not have to. She will be in charge. She told him that it is a one-time deal. Jannard popped in on Shanti to get money, but she told him that it would be ready later. Shanti started to tell Jannard what her guys are saying, but was paused by Jannard. Jannard confessed to killing Lil K. Shanti asked him if he was serious, and did he know that his actions had repercussions and messed up people's money. Jannard told Shanti that he did not tell her for her to come for him. He gave Shanti an option, to ride for him or not, and he wanted a now answer. Shanti had reservations, but said yes. They kissed. Then Shanti asked Jannard if he was on something. They were interrupted by a message from Miguel telling him that his time was up. Shanti looked concerned. Walter and Brendan met at the club to collect for Dublin. Walter made a payment, showed Brendan the club, and offered Brendan a couple of girls. Brendan admitted that he seemed to be wrong about Walter going out of business. As he was about to leave, Brendan mentioned that he and Paulie met, and Paulie, being a good man, dropped off an envelope to buy Walter more time. Walter seemed surprised. Miguel summoned Jannard, told him that he missed the re-up, and asked if he was cheating on him with the Serbs. Jannard told Miguel that he is as loyal as they come, so Miguel wanted Jannard to explain the delay. Leave it to Jannard. He told Miguel that CBI is not paying their part, causing the Serbs to tax him. Miguel said that he had no patience, that he is a businessman. Jannard asked for a day or two, but Miguel wanted to believe him, so Miguel had Jannard put in a chokehold while he put a knife to his eye and asked if he was more afraid of the Serbs than him. And maybe if he cut out his left eye, he would see right. Jannard suggested that they work together, which made Miguel and his crew laugh. Miguel said that Jannard must think that he is his lawyer. Miguel was surprised by Maria's interruption, and he told her to get out. So Maria showed him his injection kit and left it, telling him to do it himself. Then Miguel let Jannard go, telling him that he was just playing and for Jannard to have a sense of humor, and offered him a cigarette. Again, Tommy saw Seamus and Diamond together in his car for a short while, then get out. Seamus told Diamond to put the money in the glove compartment. He told Diamond that he wanted $25,000 more by the night, or he goes back to jail. Tommy was not having it the second time around. He had questions. Now, Stacy and the feds brought the photo book to Alicia, who identified Victor as the one who killed Colin. Stacy tried her best to point to Tommy's picture for Alicia to identify him, but DeFranco stopped her, and Alicia said that she only recognized Victor as the person who killed Colin, and that they could ask Fat Tony. When asked, who is Fat Tony, Alicia said, Colin's bodyguard. Tommy pulled a strap on Diamond as a snitch. He told Diamond that he saw him get in the car with Seamus with something in his hand and get out with nothing. Tommy told Diamond to make it make sense. Diamond told Tommy the truth this time about being shaken down by Seamus since getting out of prison. Tommy vowed to end Seamus's plan and brought new burners for the crew and told Diamond to talk to his lawyer to find out where they stood with the cops. Jannard's crew popped in to tell him that they got a call from Lil K's grandmother because Lil K did not come home. In the middle of the chatter, Lil K's cousin posted online the death of Lil K. The guys wanted to know how can they continue counting money after hearing about Lil K. Told Jannard, you own that stuff? Then told Jannard that they are not letting Lil K's death slide, and they are spending every block, no permission.
We ain't asking for permission, nigga. We ain't asking for permission. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Jannard, caught in the mix, stopped them from spilling blood in the streets. Jannard told them that if they wanted to kill someone, kill him, because he killed Lil K.
Nigga broke right. He broke code. He had to go. There's rules to this shit. You must have forgot. Rules to slam talk. Y'all got going on up here? This shit treasonous. Fuck treason. Yeah.
So, treason was dismantled. A losing Gennard called out, but no one answered his call.
Okay. Really? Paco. TJ, Seafall. Okay. That's how it is. Y'all motherfuckers gonna choose Grace Hall over me.
A drunken Walter rolled out of his car at Paulie's door, yelling for Paulie to come out. Paulie came out with his gun, wanting to know what's going on. Walter asked for Paulie's gun, and he actually gave it to him. Walter turned the gun on Paulie and told him that his children are the only reason for Paulie to be breathing. Walter told Paulie that he only hired him because his wife begged him to give Paulie a job and for him to go behind his back to Brendan about Dublin business. How dare he? Walter stared at Paulie's wife at their front door, then told Paulie that his services are no longer required. Victor goes back to Claudia's after he left the club. Claudia just finished her meeting with Mirkovich. Claudia wants Victor to listen to her by reminding him of how Walter treated their mother and Gloria and telling him that Walter doesn't care about them. He only wants to use them for his purpose. Victor does not want to work with the Serbs and told Claude that she is just like their father. She denied it. She asked Vic not to give a wolf time to heal. Claudia wants them to kill Walter together. Tommy was excited to see Maria. She showed up at Tommy's place where he had her favorite food and wine waiting for her. They toasted to learning how to drive and surviving. D-Mac enjoyed JP playing the piano and told him that he was like Kendrick on the keys. JP told D-Mac that he had some of the same skills inside. D-Mac thought that his skills revolved around mathematics, but JP told him that math is also in music. D-Mac told JP he had a date and he had to go get right. JP wished him well as he gave him some spending money. Diamond's attorney, Jenny Sue, advised him that a task force had been assembled and CBI is at the top of their list, and that he needs to keep his hands off of the business and let someone else get their hands dirty. She told Diamond that it wouldn't hurt to have a friend in CPD. Maria's flirting with Tommy at his place, wanting Tommy to dance with her. But Tommy told her that he could only do a two-step. She told Tommy that she can teach him to dance. Instead, Maria kissed Tommy, but Duty called Tommy to a meet. Tommy left Maria at his place and told her to stay as long as she wanted. This episode was bananas. The episode wraps with Diamond not listening to Jenny Sue. Diamond brought the payoff money for Seamus, but he was surprised to see Tommy. Tommy introduced himself and told Seamus that he was not getting another payoff, but he could accept an offer. Instead of accepting the offer, Seamus pulled a gun on Tommy and Diamond. He told them that they are nobodies and would not be missed if he killed them and burned the place down. D-Mac overheard the conversation and thought to protect his uncle, so he killed Seamus. Tommy told D-Mac that he had just killed a cop. D-Mac was shaken up. Tommy told him to breathe and managed to get the gun from him. Diamond and Tommy had blood-splattered faces, wondering what to do next. I guess we will find out in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. Until the next time.